Suzuki piano teacher Michelle Sweeney. Today we're going to be talking about a short story. It's Book 2, Song 2, and it is one of my very favorite pieces in the Suzuki literature. It's so much fun. You get to do scale runs, you get to do parallel thirds, parallel sixths, all sorts of really fun things going on in this song. And it's just light and happy and sounds very much like my favorite composer, Mozart. So this is a little song by Heinrich Lichner, and he was from Poland. So, all right, here is a short story. Lots of things to learn for this song. We have an Alberti bass, which we should be very comfortable with by now, so at least that part's going to be easy. So that is a short story by Heinrich Lichner. Did you like it? Is it cute? Did you like the way I played it? Oh, I didn't. I think at the very end, I didn't do that very last part very nicely. There's always something to learn and improve. Even when I'm a piano teacher, I still have things that I need to make better. So let's talk about how we could have made that better. Let's talk about how you can learn this song. What do you want to do when you're at the very first stages of learning a song? When you're in Suzuki Book 2, the learning process is going to be a nice long journey. And I want to talk to you about how to learn a song, because if you practice it in the right way, it's going to be a lot easier to play it correctly. What do we do first? We listen. You need to know what this sounds like. You need to know what it sounds like. You need to know what it sounds like. Do not try and learn it without listening to it first. I want you to have the correct notes in your ear so that as you are learning it, if you play a wrong note, you know that it's a wrong note because your ear will tell you. I want you to know what the rhythms are in your mind so that as you're reading the notes and learning them, you already know how long they're supposed to be. You know what this feels like and sounds like. It's really important to get this song put into your brain by listening to it. Because that way, when you start to learn the notes, you're going to be more successful. You're going to play the correct notes a lot more easily, okay? So please do not skip the listening part. That is the most important part of Suzuki learning, is that you listen so much that you already know the whole song in your mind and in your ears before you put it into your fingers. So please listen. Just to give you a specific number for those of you who like actual direct instructions, I need you to listen to this 25 times before you start to learn it. At least. And ideally, I would have a student start to listen to Book 2 when they're still finishing up Book 1. So you will have listened to this for 2 or 3 months every day. How many times would you listen to it if you've listened to this for 3 months? 90 times. Okay? I really want you to hear it a lot of times before you start to learn it. So listen. That is the first and most essential step of learning a song as big and complicated as a short story. Okay, so will you please listen to it? Good. Okay. Once you've listened to it, then I want you to try and learn each hand by itself. I want you to learn the right hand alone until you've learned it completely, mastered all of the articulations and dynamics and fingerings, and memorized it completely. Okay, so I want you to learn and master all of the right hand of this song and memorize it before putting hands together. Same thing with the left hand. I want you to learn all of the notes, master all of the jumps and runs, learn the fingering, have the articulation and dynamics solidified, and like that you know them, you know what they are. You do all of that with your left hand before even thinking about putting hands together. So the process of learning a short story, you're going to listen. How many times? At least 25 and maybe 90. Listen to it a bunch of times. Learn and memorize your right hand. Learn and memorize your left hand. If you do it this way, I promise you it will be so magical when you put your hands together. It will be so polished, so beautiful, and you'll have all the little teeny tiny elements of it that you need to have mastered, and you'll be able to play it so successfully. This song in particular is tricky to coordinate right and left hand. You've got parallel thirds and parallel sixths in the right hand, along with ascending scales in the left hand. And doing that with both hands at the same time, it's a lot of coordination. And so when I say you need to know this, learn it, master it, memorize it with each hand separately, that's because you really need to know each of these pieces solidly, securely, absolutely perfect, no mistakes, no hesitations before you even attempt to put your hands together. Because if you try and put your hands together too soon, then you'll start to learn mistakes. And I don't want you to do that. I want you to learn it right and get it perfectly. Okay, so hands separately, memorized before you try and put it together. So listen to it for 3 months. Work on the right hand by itself for at least a month. Work on the left hand by itself for that same month, so you can practice left hand and right hand in the same day, just not at the same time, okay? So now we're 4 months into learning the song because you've listened to it for 3 months now. You are working on the right hand and the left hand, memorizing them, perfecting them, mastering them, hands separately. 4th month in, okay? This is the process for learning songs in Suzuki Book Two. It's long. Expect it to take a long time. You work on each song, maybe you're working on 4 songs at a time, maybe 3 songs at a time, so you do have, like, you feel like you're making progress, but it's a long process to master and learn just one of these pieces to completion, to have it completely learned, completely memorized, hands together. All of that is going to take a very long time, and I just want you to like go into it with that understanding and expectation that it's not fast, and don't feel frustrated that you haven't learned it yet. It's just a long process, okay? Okay, so that was a lot of talking. Are you ready to do some playing? What do we need to talk about? What is it you really need to focus on and learn in each of these parts? I think I'm going to stop now because I've talked you through what I expect of you to how to learn it. And I want that to be its own video. I want you to understand the expectations. Then once you've done your listening, once you've listened to this 25 or 30 times, then check out my next video to figure out how to learn the right hand, what specific things you need to focus on. And then I'll make another video for the left hand. And maybe in about a month, I'll upload a video of how to put your hands together. But we're going to do this one step at a time.